Give me Break Man, give me Flake Man on the Give me Flake Man channel, doing a little blog update inspired by the news. And I've tried this twice already and nothing's working, so I think what I need is a little inspiration, if you know what I mean. So let's get started. Oh yeah. Anywho, the big rage, the big rage in Japan with these. You can tell that there's like a light, there's a blue reflection on these glasses, right? The big rage in Japan now is these glasses have this protection for them for the computer screen, right? As you can tell, these have no protection, right? Don't these make me? I don't know why I bought these glasses. They look terrible on me, don't they? Or well, how about these? Is it better? My eyes are kind of bloodshot. I had a long day at work. Inspired by many things happening in the news, so I just wanted to tell them about you and do a little update to the last video that I just uploaded. So today I was like checking out the news and I was reading, I don't know, some stupid site that appears to be a newspaper, but I can't really tell. It's hard to tell like what's reputable these days, you know, like even yahoo.com, which for some reason I still go to all the time. I'm always pissed off at the crap that they feature as their front page news, you know. Half of the stuff is like sports and the other half it's stupid celebrity shit about who's dressed, you know, who wore it better, and then it's some other kind of quick you know, how-to video about how to get abs or how to lose weight or how to keep it off or what not to do on a date or some crap, you know. It's never like important stuff, you know. And it just like I don't understand why they don't realize that they're just contributing to the dumbing down of the world. But so some of the things that impressed me today were the fact that Spain apparently has hit 26% unemployment. That's amazing. 26% unemployment. Wow. And you know, I just can't see how any country could be that bad and still be a country. I sometimes wonder why they don't just all merge together and become one massive big country like Europe, right? Apparently the Prime Minister of England doesn't see that. He doesn't envision that in the future for them. But that's one thing that kind of impressed me. Another thing was that Korea, supposedly North Korea, they're like cannibals. There's these stories about these parents who, like the mom went out shopping or something, and while she was gone, the dad like killed the daughter to eat her. Cannibalism, right? And then the son saw it, so he killed him too. And then the wife came back. He's like, "We have meat." He greeted the wife with, "We have meat. Look, eat." And she's like eating. And she's like, "This is kind of weird. We didn't have meat before, and our son and daughter are gone." So she told the police or something. But and then some other like granddad in North Korea like dug up his granddaughter to eat on her bones, to eat her remains or something. His dead granddaughter, of course. I kind of think all those stories must be bullshit. I mean, I don't know. Have you guys heard about this? And of course, Yahoo picked it up. Of course, I read it about it somewhere else actually first, and then I saw it on Yahoo too. But people are crazy. People are cruel, and there's always going to be. And the more people out there, I guess it's only, you know, the bigger population, that the world's just getting bigger, right? And the population is growing, so I think it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get stranger and stranger. But anyway, but for me, it's more like I'm more interested in the subtleties instead of the bizarre shit. Yeah, in a way, the bizarre, crazy shit is kind of easier to believe than the little things. Let me give an example. Okay, so the last video that I uploaded is about a rich couple. Let me summarize it real quick. Okay, there's this really rich couple. A guy, he's a self-made man. He grew up poor, but he went to college and he made a lot of money in the company, and then he retired. And he opened up a hedge fund. He became the manager of a hedge fund. He's independent. He became independent. Dokuritsu shita. He became independent, and he opened up a place in Switzerland, and he manages a hedge fund. It's like $200 billion a year, right? Hedge fund. So he's super rich now, and he's married to a woman. He's 51 years old, pretty young to be retired and have his own. Well, he retired from his first company, opened up a new company, right? So he's retired now. I mean, he's just a rich guy now managing a hedge fund. And his wife is 48, and they have no kids. And they've got these two little mutts that they, no, not mutts, but, you know, two dogs that they pamper and treat like humans, which is stupid. And as much as I love Maggie, she knows she's a dog. I made it clear to her she's a dog. And I pamper her a little bit, but, like, I'll leave her in the house for 3 or 4 hours at a time without worrying about her. Unlike half the people around me who want to treat her like a human being all the time. But anyway, so okay, this guy, right? So he comes back from Switzerland, and he's got a place in Ginza, which is a really expensive part of the neighborhood. It's like, let's say, I don't know, like you own a place on Fifth Avenue or something, right? And somebody finds out. They know him well enough that they know he's crazy about dogs. So they make this invitation up to invite him to the opening of a hotel where they're going to have a big party, and like some celebrity singers are going to be there, and a lot of celebrity people are going to be staying the night because it's a big hotel where you can stay with your dog. And they get invited. And although this guy has a reputation of being very careful, because, you know, when you're rich, you got to start being careful, he somehow gets fooled into going to this hotel, which doesn't exist, actually. There's no opening. Or maybe the hotel, I don't know how he got fooled. Like, you would think you'd like look it up on the internet to see who else is going or something, but somehow he got fooled. He ends up going to this party that doesn't exist, right? And, well, what ends up happening is he leaves his house, and that's the last they ever see of him. And then they found his bodies, like, this week, right? Him and his wife's body, like, I think yesterday or something. And the police somehow using the, okay, there was a rent-a-car, a suspicious rent-a-car parked outside his house, and like an SUV type thing. There's a special word for it in Japanese. I don't know, pump. I don't remember, but some kind of weird, like a box car. Anyway, they got into this car, and someone rented that car, and they somehow connected the renter of the car to this incident and this murder, this double murder. And just a few hours ago, they arrested a guy in connection to this. He's 41 years old, and I think he tried to escape to Okinawa, or he's from Okinawa, something about Okinawa. And you know, he says, I don't know anything about this, but apparently they got him in connection with this, and there must be other people involved. But I mean, that's one thing. Is like, I hear these stories, I'm like, really, criminals went to all this trouble to do what? I mean, what are they thinking? And I know there's a new movie coming out with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, or whatever his name is, Wayne, whatever. Dwayne, is it Dwayne? Dwayne something. About these, like, based on a true story about these criminals in America that forced this guy to sign away his everything. You know, I've only seen the trailer, but apparently it's based on a true story. But I guess you could do it, right? You could grab some guy, kidnap him, and you make him sign these papers, and then go to the bank with a paper signed and take away everything he has, right? I guess it's possible, right? But I don't know what this guy was doing, but it sounds like it was something like that. But in the end, I guess he killed the super rich couple, and he goes to, and I goofed this part in the last video, so this kind of correction, but he wore a white mask, like what the hell? I think I have a mask somewhere in this. Maybe not, but there's a mask that people in Japan wear when they're sick all the time. They wear these masks, and you know, when they're sick, to not get sicker, or to keep their 3D glasses, to keep from spitting on people and stuff. But anyway, so this guy wearing a white mask over his face, as like this, except it's white. You know, goes up to maybe he's probably wearing glasses too. He probably looks something like this, right? He probably looks something like this. He walks up to one of those stores that sells Shinkansen tickets with a credit card, and he tries to purchase 3 million yen worth of tickets, right? Which is a hell of a lot. 3 million yen worth of tickets is like crazy. Like, what is that? Like $30,000 worth of tickets? He wants to put on a credit card. And the woman who's at the counter, she says, no, you can't do that. And she rejects him. So that's it. But somehow the police, you know, later they find this suspect, and that's what's happening right now. So we don't know what's going on. But here's the other thing that was interesting to me was they interviewed the father of the rich guy, right? And he's like, I didn't even know my son was rich, and I don't even keep in touch with him, you know. I heard he left the country, and he comes back sometimes, and he doesn't tell me when he's home. And I'm like, what? You don't tell me you're home? Well, whatever. But I guess you and I will make up. You know, he was talking to the camera saying, you know, and when they do these interviews, they often shoot the chest. Like in Japan, they shoot the hands or the chest while the guy's talking, or they do these funny noises to cover up his to hide his identity, right? They distort his voice, right? So they were doing that, and he said, you know, this is the thing that kind of struck me was the father had no idea his son was successful, and his son never even called him to say he was back in the country to visit and stuff, you know. So he'd go off to Switzerland, come back sometimes, and never tell his father, you know. And it seemed just, you know, that just seemed sad to me. Because the guy's 51, right? So his father must be at least like 71, right? In his 70s. And that's just sad. Isn't that? That's just sad. I know a lot of people have bad relationships with their parents and stuff, but you know, they're going to be dead someday. So you should try to get past that shit. And be friendly. Meet them. Talk to them. I got a good friend who lives here in the neighborhood, actually. And he's like, he said, I almost feel like we're more of, Yoko and I are more of a family to him than his parents, because he always talks about how he lives in his house with his family, and nobody talks to anybody, and they all just fight. They're always fighting all the time. But I don't know, you know, maybe it'd be the same for me if I lived back home in Florida. Well, that's what my parents are in Florida now, so. But they're in a, I mean, that's impossible. It's not like I'm thinking about that. But I only see them once a year or so maybe that's great. Maybe I'd be going crazy if I had to live with my parents now. Maybe I hate them. I don't know. But, you know, I don't. And as I get older and older, you know, I'm starting to think about, I don't want to be morbid or anything, but all the things that I haven't done yet and all the conversations I haven't had yet, right? And, you know, why haven't I, you know? And there's always something comes up, you know, like, oh, I got to get this done, work, you know, some bullshit work. Some, you know, and I'm not talking about work as bullshit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, comparatively to relationships with their family, I think we should pay more attention to our family. But of course, some people, you know, like they say, you can't choose your relatives, right? And some relatives, I guess, are not worth keeping in touch with. But I've been lucky. Most of my family is pretty good, even though I live in Japan. And you know, I'm not even. I don't know how I don't know. What am I doing still in Japan? I mean, I never intended this. I always intended to go back. But I never did. And this is what happened. So here I am, here in Japan. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Just chat a little bit. There's a bunch of videos that I've got to make for people who've been answering questions, so I will get to those. But I'm also at that, not crossroads, but I'm also having the same dilemma that Tikio, whatever his name is, you know, the fat guy, Tikio Sam, yeah, I'm just kidding, is having, which is, you know, you want to make good videos, you want to edit well and stuff, but at the same time, in my mind, I'm saying to myself, hey, this is YouTube, come on. The point of this is to share YouTube, right? Just to share. You're not supposed to be all polished and beautiful and make these great videos. And so sometimes I feel like I've got to check myself and make videos that are almost purposely like shit videos, you know? As in, well, for example, this video, which I'm just going to upload. Like, I feel like I'm punishing myself in a way by making this video, which probably doesn't help my channel. It doesn't help my channel, I think, to make this kind of human video, because most of you guys don't care about my humanity. You just want to see, I don't know, tits and people getting punched in the nuts and stuff. And this is not even like one of my most introverted or, you know, philosophical videos. It's just, I'm sorry to waste your time with this video a little bit. But I am going to get to your questions, which I know a lot of you will appreciate me answering those questions. But yeah, I think a lot of people take YouTube a little too seriously. And you're probably thinking, what about you? You take YouTube way too serious. No, I mean, I enjoy YouTube and I want to do a good job and I want to be successful on here and, you know, up to in a way. But at the same time, I'm always torn between selling out and not selling out because, yeah, you know, I feel like if you spend this much time on YouTube and don't purposely try to get views and make money, then you're kind of an idiot, right? I mean, for all the amount of time that I spend on here, you know, you should, you know, if you were my friend, you'd say like, I hope you're making money. You know, I don't know why I don't know why I have a black accent when I say that. Sorry to anyone who was offended. But you better be making money. You know, I just saw a trailer for Queen Latifah and Dolly Parton in something called, I don't know what it's called, Joyful Noise, which I didn't even know existed. I just happened upon it when I was on the YouTube. But yeah, so part of me is like, you better be making money if you're working this hard, or making these many videos, or well, I shouldn't even say working this hard. I should just say spending so much time on here. And part of me feels that way, so I do want to do a good job, like the previous video, which is slightly edited. And it takes a long time to put all the subtitles, the jimaku, in there. But my other half is like saying, hey, you're just a regular guy making videos. Don't take yourself too seriously, Victor. So make a video about nothing. And I guess that's what this is. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon.